This video is serial killer realizes police found his body collection, which is fucking crazy, insane.
Sir, I will be very cooperative.
Alright, let's try down, please.
That's not you on the 27th. Food Line parking lot, Traveler's Rest.
I don't think so.
Look, man.
You'll want to tell everybody, even your brother.
I don't know.
I don't really listen to Cardi like that.
It's not making sense. If
So
you're the
I'm not
last person to be in a vehicle you wiped out of a
Hold on. Fuck. This shit is loud as fuck.
lady
Hi,
who's
Ross.
missing. That sounds really f***ed up.
28 years ago, this man kidnapped a woman and was sentenced to 30 years in prison for it. 3 decades later, 80-year-old Edna Suttles is spotted picking him up in a parking lot.
So bro didn't learn his lesson the first time. He just said, F it. He just spent 30 years behind bars, got out, which I'm guessing he did this after he got out. But bro spent 30 years behind bars, and again, this is assumptions. 30 years behind bars just to come out and do this shit again, but make it 10 times worse.
This would be the last time Edna was ever seen alive. Days later, detectives traced Edna's movement and discovered CCTV footage of the same man driving her car.
Buddy.
She's missing right now.
Yes, Dan, where is Edna?
I don't
Thank you for that
have a
follow
clue.
slap.
But that's when police found out Edna wasn't the only victim.
What?
If you tell him to turn that off, I can talk to you a little more freely.
Sometime around 9 a.m. on August
Hold
27th,
on. I'm about to turn off my lights. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. If I hear one more thing about Cardi, bro, I'm gonna fucking blacklist his name. Respectfully, I do not give a fuck about when Cardi is dropping or if he's dropping tonight, okay? I could care less. Respectfully, of course. I know that's some of y'all's goat, so I'm not gonna disrespect him. But I really don't give a fuck if he's dropping tonight. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't care.
80-year-old Edna leaves her home in Traveler's Rest to look after a friend. Hours later, 911 dispatchers receive a concerning call.
Greenville County 911, what's your emergency? A fitter was supposed to show up to be with my mom today. Her name is Edna Subtle,
Damn.
and she didn't show up. This is not like
R.I.P.
it shows
Edna,
up like
man.
clockwork. So something's wrong.
But this call was only the beginning of a long chain of mysteries. As officers arrived at Edna Suttle's home for a welfare check based on these reports, they received no response. There were no signs of a break-in, and Edna was nowhere to be seen. However,
where
when
the
police
fuck is
asked
Edna?
Edna's son, he pointed out that $50,000 worth of jewelry was missing from the home. More
Damn.
importantly, though, her car was missing too. If the cops could find that, they might be able to figure out where she had gone.
What happened to your
This
computer,
meant that
Sense?
finding Edna's vehicle
Sense?
would be the most instrumental step in this investigation,
What the hell's
as it would give a
happening?
clue about her last known whereabouts. Immediately, a hunt for Edna's
50K,
car
50
began,
fucking K.
and 6 days later, it was found abandoned in the parking lot of a hotel in Traveler's Rest. This was
Wow.
odd, as Edna lived close by and didn't need to stay at a hotel. A check with the staff also revealed that
That's
no one
fucking
under the
insane.
name of Edna was
Internet
staying
tripping like
there.
fuck, it's
So to
okay.
get to the bottom of this mystery, the cops decided to try and trace back Edna's movement using CCTV cameras starting from her home.
That shit hurt
At
it.
9:30 a.m., a camera at a
Park, though?
nearby pawn shop captures Edna leaving her home and driving towards a local
Damn,
Food
the
Lion
pawn
grocery
shop?
store. 9 minutes later, Edna arrives at the store to pick something up. A man approaches the vehicle with 2 bags in his hand and sits alongside Edna, who then drives off back to her home. 4 hours later, at 1:43 p.m., Edna's car leaves her home again and arrives at the same Food Lion once more. But this time, the person exiting the driver's seat isn't Edna at all. It's the same old white man she picked up earlier, who immediately moves
Wait, but he got out of the driver's seat?
once more. But this time, the person exiting the driver's seat isn't Edna at all.
Okay.
It's the same old white man
We're
she picked up
understanding it.
earlier, who immediately moves to his car and parks it next to Edna's. He then drags
Fuck
something
no.
out of her car, placing it into his. Initially, it was difficult to identify
Okay, not to sound crazy or anything, but he's dragging something out of her car and putting it into his car. I can guarantee that that's her fucking body that he's dragging out of his car. Out of her car. It's her fucking body.
what the man moved from the
Guaranteed.
Jeep
Locked.
to the Chevrolet, but after a frame-by-frame analysis, it wasn't a question of what was moved, but who.
What's good, Bubba?
Because in a chilling discovery, officers would realize the footage showed the unmistakable golden hair of Edna Suttles.
Wow.
4 minutes later, at 1:47
Swear random
p.m.,
things just
the
keep
man
popping up in
drives
your room.
Edna's
Wait, what
car
was
into the
random?
hotel's parking lot and parks it in the same spot that the detectives found the vehicle in. He exits and begins wiping down the door and seats, trying
Oh, yeah,
to get
he's
rid
guilty.
of any evidence
He's
of his
fucking guilty.
presence. By 2:14 p.m., the man
R.I.P.
returns
Edna,
to his
man.
vehicle at Food Lion and drives off, marking the last that was seen of Edna and the man.
Damn, you got some gorilla
The
arms.
most
Yo,
crucial part of
can
this
you not point out my
investigation
hairy
is to
arms?
now figure out who
That's kinda
exactly
rude.
the man in the video is.
I already
But due
know
to
I
the
have
grainy
hairy arms,
footage and
okay?
his distance from most
me
cameras,
alone.
this proved to be difficult, and the investigation seemed like it would come to a standstill. But detectives had an idea. Since the man
So literally
exited the
natural?
store with bags in his hand, a purchase was made, and this realization would be the most crucial breakthrough in the
What's
case.
the realization?
Immediately, officers began retrieving footage from inside the store, and when they reviewed it, they came to a
Ah, he looks
harrowing
weird.
realization. This was Daniel Prince, a man who only 24 years prior to this got put in a federal prison for kidnapping.
Like, in what fucking world did they think him being released was gonna do any good? He probably, yeah, he only kidnapped that girl back then, but he probably had other plans for her. He should never have been released.
24 years prior to this incident, in 1997, Daniel was responsible for the kidnapping of a woman in Michigan. He had her tied up, shackled her hands, and it was by sheer luck that she managed to free herself before
What the
escaping. Even though he was sentenced to a maximum of 30 years for this crime, he was released by 2009 on parole. But the worst was yet to come. Daniel began working as a handyman for predominantly elderly single ladies.
Oh
A
my
demographic that
God.
not only
Don't
matched
let
his
him-
previous victim, but also that of Edna's. For officers, the realization
They should have that on an ankle monitor. And they need to be monitoring him 24/7. Like, isn't there a thing where, like, you gotta check in with your fucking parole officer and give them updates on your life and shit? The second he says he's working with older elderly women, he's out of here. No, you can't do that. You need to find something else, buddy. Cause what the fuck?
now begins to settle in. They have a kidnapper on the run, and there might be a chance that he has kept Edna alive. Not knowing where she is, they had to act
Fucking
fast
crazy,
before
man.
this glimmer of hope dimmed. Even with this disturbing past, detectives didn't have enough evidence to press strong charges for kidnapping or murder. However, they had established probable cause for grand larceny involving Edna's Jeep. A warrant to arrest Prince and search his property was granted, and officers were quickly dispatched to Prince's residence to take him into custody.
Totally cooperating. Just relax. Not doing anything.
Damn.
All right, put stand up on your feet. Yeah. Sir, I will be very cooperative.
Despite the number of heavily
Weird
armed
as
officers that
fuck.
just descended on Prince's property,
Weird
he
ass
remained
nigga, man.
noticeably calm and composed, as if he had a plan to escape this predicament. The following footage was analyzed by our in-house criminal research specialist and retired detective to shed some light on key techniques and strategies used during the questioning. When he is brought into the interrogation
Okay, Johnny.
room, the detectives start with a relaxed, friendly conversation, a tactic used to put suspects at ease. They don't want him to know they've caught him on
Make him
camera
feel
just
better.
yet.
What do you do now?
I do a lot of home remodeling,
Okay.
home repairs. I lay a
Cat.
lot of tile. I got a customer base that has me doing stuff.
Okay, so why
Cap.
Boston, North Carolina, come all the way down from, say, Michigan or Wisconsin?
Okay,
Cap.
here, this is real easy. I'm originally
Cardi
from the
dropping
east side
an
of the
hour,
state
I
of
don't give a
Michigan,
fuck, man.
but
Respectfully.
I was in prison in Michigan for a while,
Respectfully.
and when
I don't care.
I paroled to the west side of the state.
Okay.
Hi, Adam Attack. Hey, man, welcome
I
in.
was locked up for a kidnapping charge.
Okay.
And I did 13 and a half years for that.
Oh, wow.
I did 1.5 years for a false statement on a vehicle title. You know, when they're not
That's
sure
right.
if they're going
You
to make
better lock
something,
your
they
fucking
want
doors,
something to hold
Oscar.
you with. So the false statement, that's all that was. The kidnapping, I was doing some bad shit that I shouldn't have been doing,
Fair enough.
but I
Don't fucking laugh before you say that. What the hell? That just makes you look even more weird. By the way, you know, Fierce of Fathom drops today. I
Shouldn't have
do.
gotten kidnapping, but I was doing some
Oh my
bad
god,
shit.
guys, Molly
Okay,
Santana
so
drops
what
an
shit have you
hour.
I really don't want to say.
We're just bullshitting, man.
Huh?
We're just bullshitting.
Nothing when you're talking to two police detectives in a room. It's just bullshit. Okay, I've been through the system enough to know that.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say about that
Hey, you're
is I
fucking
did my
weird,
time,
buddy.
I made my first
Fair
criminal,
enough.
and I haven't been in trouble since.
Hey, and that's great to know.
Hi, Copper.
You know,
How are
a lot
you?
of people, especially being what you've been through, they come out and they go right back to it.
Just because
Yeah,
he's a
and he
convicted
did.
criminal doesn't mean he's involved in Edna's disappearance, but the evidence the detectives
Hi,
have paints
Shadow.
a different picture
How about-
altogether from the hard-working, reformed criminal he claimed to be.
I'll talk to you about August 27th, 2021 of this year.
What day of the week was that?
Oh, it was a Friday.
Okay.
Okay, so specifically the 27th.
Mm-hmm.
What, 2 weeks ago? Do you remember where you were at?
Not specifically.
Where do you think you were at?
Okay, I think this is fine.
I've been going all over the place. I've been back and forth to Charlotte. I've been down to South Carolina.
Like, where's your jobs in South Carolina taking you?
Actually, I was down to Traveler's Rest, but I don't know if it was Friday or Thursday. I know I'd been there earlier that week.
But you don't remember which day specifically?
No,
He's
it was
a
either Thursday or
capper.
Friday.
What kind of job were you working on?
I wasn't.
You wasn't.
I wasn't. This lady had talked to me several times. I'd been down to her house 2 or 3 times. We kind of got to be friends. This woman has so many damn
He just fucking snitched on himself, GG's.
problems, mostly her daughter. She would call me and have me come down there.
Okay.
She said she needed to have money at one point in time to help her daughter because her daughter was in jail. Then she needed money another time because she was hiring a private investigator.
And then he killed her.
Because her son-in-law she talked to me all kinds of stuff about it. We got to be pretty good friends about stuff like that.
Okay. How
We're
did
just
you meet her
watching
initially?
fucking true
Years
crime
ago.
right now.
Okay.
Years ago, it was somebody giving me her name or number or her
Thank you
my
for that
name and
follow,
Here,
Mr.
the detectives are
Carter,
analyzing his
babe.
behavior
Thank
and
you,
allowing
thank
Prince
you,
to
thank
dig a hole
you.
for himself that he's going to struggle to
Thank
escape
you.
from. When they reveal they know the truth, he's going to try and deny his guilt,
Dior,
even when
baby.
the evidence speaks for itself.
What you're telling us is that's not you on the 27th?
This video is actually fucking crazy.
Food line parking lot, Traveler's Rest.
They're catching a fucking serial killer right now. Catching a serial killer right now.
I don't think
Lene,
so.
what's up? Oh my god, tell Lene I said
not
hi and I
you.
miss her and I love her.
That's me. Where's that?
Hi,
Food
Pete.
line, August 27th,
Hey, man, welcome in.
2021, 9:23,
Okay.
32 seconds. Bring it
Hi,
up.
Nicholas. Hey,
Yeah, I'm
man.
down to Reliance, okay.
Yeah.
How are
Yeah, so what were you
you,
doing down there that day?
She wanted me to look at some stuff in
Rain?
her house.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she picked me up at Food Lion because she wanted me with her when
Why the fuck is
she
he lying?
was
Fuck.
gonna go meet some guy
Fuck.
for private investigator.
Tight shit.
Okay. Yeah.
Just
let's
got
go
done
for
with a
that.
run.
She
Hey,
wanted
man.
me to meet her down there.
Period.
She was nervous because she says, I'm not sure I trust this guy. And she knows I've been in the military. And she says,
Thank you for that
"Will you
follow,
meet-"
ditto,
She wanted me to see if this guy
Yo, Diz, what's up, man? How are you?
was going to meet her where he was supposed to meet her.
Do you know where?
There was a hotel lobby that he had finally said, meet me at the hotel.
Fucking cap.
She says, drive up there and see if he's there.
He's a
And
liar.
I drove up there, and things are starting to sound really squirrely to me.
This is a common deflective behavior.
You're
Prince
starting to sound really squirrely yourself, buddy. Cause you just fucking you snitched on yourself. You said you spent time with this woman who's missing, by the way, who they already know you fucking murdered. You might as well just give up. I never understand why they sit in these fucking rooms and try to tell the police something that they don't already fucking know and try to persuade them into thinking something differently. They already know. They already fucking caught you. They found the bodies. At this point, I would just here, just like arrest me, because anything that I say can and will be used against me. So I'm just gonna shut the fuck up and I'm gonna give you my rights. Just arrest me. You don't have to interrogate me. Just fucking take me. Just take me.
is not only trying
That's why
to
you just
deflect
don't say
suspicion
anything,
away from
literally.
himself, he's trying to point suspicion directly at someone else. In this case, the private investigator. According to Prince, Edna wanted to meet the private investigator the day before she was reported missing, even though she
Why the fuck would the private investigator go and do something to this lady?
Didn't feel
How
safe
fucking
meeting
stupid
him
you sound.
alone. Luckily, detectives
We
have
talking
seen the
about- we're
whole thing on
watching,
camera, and it completely contradicts
Serial killer
everything
realizes
Prince
police
is
found his
saying.
were
body
you driving?
collection.
I was driving a blue car.
Your wife's car or your car?
My wife's car.
So that's your.
He has a wife?
25, you and her together.
This weirdo has a fucking wife. He's in a relationship. That's so weird. How can you be with somebody like this?
It could be.
Because that's her car. That's about 1345 on the.
Yeah, you're caught,
27.
buddy. That's you.
Okay.
So you're with her there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not saying yeah. I'm just saying that could be
Yeah,
her.
it's a different angle. I mean, we've watched this car.
I guess. Yeah, I
Right,
guess.
Okay.
Here's y'all in the
She said she loves you more.
hotel
Cap.
parking lot.
Fucking cap. I love her most.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh look, there's y'all backing in.
Yeah.
Him caught in 4K. And this might be me.
in.
Yeah.
Oh look,
The fuck?
you get out. Nobody else gets out.
I told you that.
You're walking around the car.
Yeah.
You wipe the entire car down.
Because I was worried.
How
You
can
were
this
worried.
loser have a wife but I can't get a
There's you
girlfriend?
walking across the
Yeah.
parking lot in front of Little Caesar.
Fucking insane, bro. This kidnapping serial killer has a wife. Fucking crazy. What did this dad bod do? He's a serial killer. I be thinking like a movie plot. What if he was set up type shit? See, that would make sense if he was set up, but he wasn't. Oh, Rain, bro, the plot twist on that movie was so fucking crazy yesterday. It was absolutely insane. Like I was watching it and my mouth dropped down to the fucking floor. I was shook to my core watching that movie yesterday. Might low-key watch it again for movie night. If y'all don't know, if you're new in here, exclamation point Discord to join my Discord, because after stream we're doing a movie night. So like if you want to be there for the movie night, you can, but
Caesars.
you don't have
And
to.
there's
Just
you
throwing that out there.
getting back into your car and driving away.
Oh, she's with me.
Look, man, you are a good dude. I honestly do believe that you screwed.
He's a good dude. Why are you lying to this motherfucker's face? He is not a good fucking dude. Good night, Ken. This is not a good fucking dude. He literally hurt an 80-year-old elderly woman. Sweet old lady who didn't do anything in life to deserve this.
Screwed up years and years
He's
ago.
not a good man.
Prince seems visibly
Interrogation
stunned by the
tactics, man,
amount
it's
of
fucking crazy.
photographic
I
evidence
couldn't
the
be a
detective
police
is
officer.
showing
I'd be the
him.
bad
And
cop
even though
every
it
day.
can't be refuted, Prince is
You
going to
evil,
try
fucking,
and lie
stupid,
his way
loser,
out of
fat
it.
bitch.
But that's not the only evidence detectives managed to find along the way, as there's mud on the wheels of Prince's car, leading detectives to
He
believe
is,
he
in
drove
fact, not a
off-road
good
to
dude.
either kill Edna or to dump her body. And this is when we arrive at the pivotal moment where Prince's story starts to fall apart.
You're not a bad guy, right? Nobody is saying that you're some evil, twisted dude.
Nobody.
Okay? We need to know where it is. We've processed the car. We found the dirt. Where did you go off-road?
I never
Where
went
did you
off-road.
leave?
Cap.
Oh, I can tell you exactly where she and I had gone off road, please. When we were going from 25 south, there was, off to the right, there was a truck with a trailer and another vehicle there that had
He's a fucking liar.
for sale sign on it. And it looked like an older truck.
W
And I
Streamer,
knew
thank
it
you,
worked.
Lexus. Hey man,
And
how
I
are
went
you?
ahead and I pulled in and with her. And
Cap.
then we pulled out. And it was right there on 25.
Even in the face of such overwhelming
What's up,
evidence,
everybody? What we
Prince
watching?
still
Police catching a
denies
serial
any
killer?
wrongdoing and even tries
Also,
to take
welcome in.
control of the situation. But detectives have him cornered, and he's quickly starting
Still
to
don't
struggle to maintain his composure.
Where's right now? Her
My
family
wife,
is desperately looking for her.
No.
She's missing right now.
Yes, Dan, where is Edna?
I don't have a clue. I
Where
dropped
the
her off
hell
at
is
home.
Edna?
Dan, please listen. You did not drop her off at her house. We have followed that car the entire day, up and down 25.
Mhm.
There's a
You call me
number of
JT?
minutes
Okay.
that are
Hey,
unaccounted
JT.
for that are not by her house.
Which car? Mine or hers?
Dan, stop playing games. You know
Literally.
When I
what
got-
Stop
okay, listen,
playing
help me
games
here.
we already
Yeah, give me a
fucking
second. You gotta let
know.
me answer the questions when they're asked. When I
Answer the
dropped her
fucking
vehicle
questions.
off looking for the guy, she said she wanted me to take her and drive around in my vehicle. So I left her vehicle. I went down to Food Lion, and she was in my vehicle with me. And I
Yeah,
dropped her
it's
off at
insane,
home.
super dude.
You know, we watched the video. She is not.
The car sits there.
It sits there, man.
No, not in her car.
Never.
My car.
We
I
watched you
dropped
go
her
back
off
to
with
Food
my car.
Lion. You did not drive.
You're fucking lying, buddy. You're fucking lying. You got caught. Your story just switched up in 2 seconds. You're fucking lying.
Anyone off, man.
I picked her back up. She sat in my car at Food Lion, and I went back and got her.
Cap.
You did not.
The detectives are beginning to apply more pressure on Prince, knowing
Fucking
everything
insane.
he's telling them is a lie. But he continues to stay on the defense, even trying to brush off the facts that he might have destroyed potential evidence.
I don't know where it is.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Damn.
Yo, we're 50 followers away from
Let's go back to why you wiped the car.
13.9
Well,
days.
you said you were worried about what?
The only thing I did was because I knew I'd been in and out of her car all the time with her. I'm like, there is no way in hell I'm going to just leave this thing here. Because she's got somebody that's after her.
Now why
Prince
is that?
tries to deflect suspicion again by suggesting Edna may have been in some kind of danger, but
You're good,
he
Gojo?
doesn't realize just how prepared these detectives are.
Who would be after
Who's
her?
after her?
That guy with the truck, she said she didn't trust him.
The PI?
Yeah. That's
Cap.
all she got.
His story's totally different. He's been doing work for her. I mean, on the son-in-law thing. I mean, we've interviewed. I mean, he had no act. He didn't meet the first day. So that's
Right, that's why I said she hired another PI. I'm sure you're recording this.
it's not making sense. I mean, you're the last person to be in a vehicle you wiped out of a lady that's missing.
That sounds really fun.
It does. It does. That's why we're here.
I've been real honest with
Yeah.
you guys. I told you what was going on.
The detectives managed to get Prince to admit he was with Edna on the day she disappeared. While Prince
Okay.
tried to convince them he was helping her meet a suspicious private investigator, they know it's a desperate
lagging
attempt
like
to
shit.
deflect suspicion and distance.
It's not you, man. I'm lagging. My numbers are fucking crazy. So it might not be y'all. I think that might just be me, low-key. My shit is red, so I don't know. Let's see. Is it back? Oh, it's going up. Slowly but surely, it's going up and up and up and up and up and up and fucking up. Let me test my Wi-Fi connection real quick. Test. My Wi-Fi is fine. I don't understand why it's being so laggy, bro. Holy shit, should I restart stream? Nah. Is it? Y'all have to tell me when we're good. Once I know we're good, then I'll replay the video. Damn red? Yeah. Red. Fucking red, bro. Okay, we're going back.
Himself from the
we're going back
crime.
up.
Prince insisted he dropped Edna off at her home, safe and well. But the detectives established that he
You know,
was the
okay, good.
last person to see her alive.
Oh,
And
we might
because
not
of
be
this
good.
interrogation, they locked him into a lie that would eventually lead to a chilling confession. When detectives search Prince's property, they find several automatic weapons. Because
Damn.
of his previous convictions, he's forbidden from owning any firearms. That means he could be facing a federal charge and be
Good, lock
detained
his
for
ass
even
up.
longer. While he's detained, they continue to search his land and find one of the
Lock
most
him.
crucial pieces of evidence yet, a yogurt cup. This is the yogurt he bought shortly before Edna disappeared, and it's laced with a cocktail of drugs. Lorazepam, tramadol, and cyclobenzaprine can cause
Wow.
central nervous system depression when they're combined. When this happens, the body's neurological
What the
functions
fuck?
slow down. In other words, you're under sedation, exactly as Edna was in the parking lot when she was seen cocaine in Prince's car. After feeding her the laced yogurt, there's nothing Edna can do to stop him, and she's led away to her death at the hands of this sadistic
fucking so
killer.
sad.
Prince begins to realize he's
R.I.P.
cornered and
Edna.
has nowhere to run, so they bring him back in for more questioning, where he makes a full confession as he admits to 3 more murders, including those of Lee Goodman, Dolores Sellers, and her daughter, Nancy Rigo. The first victim was Dolores. Daniel had euthanized Dolores Sellers at the request of her daughter, Nancy Rigo. However, Nancy began to have second thoughts and wanted to contact the police, putting her directly in the crosshairs of Daniel Prince, a mentally disturbed serial killer. Nancy Rigo was now his second victim.
Yeah, they let his ass out to do even worse. I hope they never, ever let his ass back out. What the
Worse
fuck?
is the fact that for several years, Daniel began receiving Nancy's social security checks because she had given him her power of attorney. Moreover, the search of Daniel's property would also reveal several of Nancy's documents.
Fucking
Since
insane,
2017, after her murder, Daniel pretended to be Nancy by sending her family emails and messages in an attempt to prevent them from thinking that she was dead. Daniel's third victim was Lee Goodman, who allegedly attempted to rob him, according to Daniel. Much like Nancy and Edna, her body was disposed of in some desolate area. And finally, Daniel's fourth and final victim was Edna Suttles, whose body would be found 1 year later on May 16th, 2022, in a grave close to Daniel's home in Rutherford County.
insane.
Although decomposed, officers were able
Like,
to
I wonder if they
positively
ever feel
identify
guilty
it
for
as
letting this
Edna
nigga out.
and return the body to her loved ones. But even in the face of his crimes, he would never let go of his chance to leverage as much information as he could.
There was quite a lot of stuff found in your B house. There could be a million explanations for some of that stuff, and I don't want to jump to conclusions. And if there's something that happened that you didn't intend to happen, let's talk about it.
There are things
Everything
that have to happen,
he meant to do.
and there are things that are going to happen. And I'm a realist, and I have acceptance with this.
The fuck do you mean by that, buddy?
I would like a little bit of control in how they happen. If you tell them to turn that off, I will talk to you a little more freely.
When they turn the cameras off, Prince makes a final attempt to take control and influence the outcome in his favor. Daniel Prince avoided the trial by making a deal with authorities. He would tell them about the location of Edna's body, and in turn, his case would go federal because of the better living conditions in federal prisons. Not only that, but he would also avoid the death penalty.
He doesn't deserve to fucking go to a better prison. He doesn't deserve anything good. I would be like, fuck your deal.
And
I don't care to hear
instead
anything
receive
you have
a
to say.
life sentence. One would think
What the
that the
fuck?
detectives were naive to turn off their cameras and not record Daniel's confession, but unbeknownst to Prince, the investigators keep the backup audio recording running after shutting down the camera. This is the chilling confession he made.
Okay, let's put it this way. A person I was very good friends with wanted to do something to put someone basically out of their misery that was very closely related to them. That's one body. That person started having an extreme amount of guilt over this and decided they were going to go tell what had happened. That's the second body. There's a third body that I did not kill, and I knew that they'd be getting Social Security disability for the rest of their life. So I got rid of said bodies, for example, so that I could continue to use the car.
By any chance, while he's getting all this
Just
squared
he
away,
be able to use a car?
can you just help me get that closure for Edna's family?
Not until I have this. I clam up like a clam if this doesn't go federal for everything.
R.I.P. Edna and the other fucking victims. That is crazy as fuck.